All right, you're listening to the podcast, the Mankind Association. I'm here. This is Tony Patino. I'm here. Richard Dick and good old Tommy T over there.
What's going on, guys? This is Tommy T.
Tommy.
Richard Dick in this corner.
Good to see y'all. What's been going on the last weeks? What's been going on?
Just a lot of manly stuff going on lately.
Manly stuff.
Richard, how about yourself?
I did get a chance to cut down a tree and then saw that up on a mill and turn it into lumber, and currently letting that dry, working on some other projects.
Tommy, anything come across on the website over there?
It's been a little slow lately, but we do have one new infraction that was submitted to us.
Well, we had the holiday though. We had some holidays.
We did have a holiday or two, I guess.
What day was that over there? What day?
I don't pay attention to the calendar.
President's Day or something? I don't know what these people celebrate around here.
I don't know. We don't take holidays.
Yeah, we don't do holidays, these people.
Anyways, the infraction we got, we'll dive right into it. It's, I want to call out my buddy Jeff for allowing his wife to drive his truck through their garage. This has to be an infraction, right? Signed, John from Arizona.
Arizona, John. Wow, I don't even know what... Yes, that's an infraction. You cannot put your woman into your truck and allow her to go through your garage. It's just a bad idea altogether. I vote yes. I don't know what y'all gonna do. I mean,
I think
over here.
I mean, you're skirting an infraction anytime you let a woman drive, really.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, this is definitely an infraction for me. Yeah, definitely.
The fact that she was able to drive it through the garage indicates to me that she's had accidents before, which should definitely let you know that you should not have let it into your truck this time. Definite infraction.
Oh, yeah.
Although I would like to point out it would be nice to sit in your truck in your living room and watch TV.
Well, I mean, it's either that or she made a drive-through garage, which is always nice. I got the shops like that. We got drive-through garages and stuff.
Circle drive and all that.
Yeah. Big driveway, and then you're just going to let her get behind the driver's seat. I mean, what was the deal on that? I mean, what does he do? Does he just tell her, hey, hon, go out and hop in the truck and take her through the garage, if you ain't got nothing better to do today?
Yeah, be sure not...
I mean, why would she even get into the truck to begin with?
Be sure not to push the brake if you get near the wall of the house there when you're in the garage. No big deal.
Yeah, mash on the pedal a little bit. It'll be all right.
Yeah, only use the long one. Don't do the horizontal there. That's not for you.
They didn't put in there what type of a truck it was, though, huh?
No, we did not.
Put anything girly like one of those Hondas or something.
I
don't know.
The thing I want to know is, we can further this into, is John now gonna, not John, his buddy gonna now commit an infraction? Because as Mr. Richard pointed out, having a being able to sit in your living room in your truck and watch TV would be great. So is he going to repair the wall around the truck? And if he does not, is that an infraction?
I mean, we're opening up a whole nother can of worms over here.
Yeah, we're going to have to get back to that. I think this discussion could take all night.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it would depend on what type of a truck. If you want to put... If it's a manly truck like Dodge, I'm going to stick with Dodge because, that's what I drive.
It's a good truck.
I know a lot of people would argue Chevy or that other one that nobody likes to talk about. Was that Ford? Nobody likes talking about a Ford anyways. If you're driving a Ford right now and you're listening to the podcast, say, streaming over your phone, I hope your truck breaks down and that you're forced to call somebody and they show up in a Chevrolet or a Dodge, preferably Dodge.
And then when you get home, finally, I hope your wife drives it through your garage into your house.
Through the garage, yeah.
And let's be honest here, it's not really a hope. It is a Ford. It's probably going to break down anyways. You don't have to wish that upon them.
Probably true, and or end up in random ditches, like most Fords like to do.
Those Fords do love them ditches.
Tommy, I do believe you got some experience behind that one, huh? So glad you got out of that piece of crap, though, and into a Dodge.
Matches his hat, though. Matches his hat.
Yeah, definitely matches the hat. Yet you chose to wear again
every week
in the third ever podcast.
Every week we do these podcasts, we're going to be talking about my hat. That's going to be a point of concern for you guys.
But until you change it, yeah, probably.
All right.
Yeah, definitely a point of concern. Anyone wearing a hat like that creates concern for everyone around them.
Everyone involved. So, I guess, that was an awesome topic. I like talking about trucks, especially if anyone from Dodge is listening. We love your trucks. We feel like you should send the Mankind Association 3 of them. 1,500s would be nice. 2,500s is even better. So, thank you, Dodge. We love you. Something else that caught my eye. We got some celebrity stuff happening that I want to talk about. This kid, Harry Styles. I guess he's from this group called One Direction. I guess they all went their own direction now, but they all used to go one direction, and now go in different directions. But this kid in particular, Harry Styles, I saw a picture of him on the interweb. And I'm gonna have to infract the hair on this kid. I'm gonna infract his eyebrows too. I know y'all are saying, well, you're getting kind of picky, but here's the deal: if he's setting an example for kids today, he needs to be taken off the planet. Period.
I gotta be completely honest with you. I didn't know who this kid was, and I got on the Google. And the first picture that came up, I was pretty certain that was a girl.
Yeah, I did like 3 or 4 different takes, and I concluded that it was a male guy. I don't want to put him into an identity crisis. He's already in one himself. I know that I had to look several times at this kid before I realized that A, he is human, and B, he's a guy and not a girl, even though he looks like a girl.
Back to what you brought up, how I guess they went separate directions, as you were saying.
Multi-direction.
Possibly for the best, because from what I understand, this group could be considered a boy band. That alone's an infraction, because you don't...
Big problems with boy bands, yeah.
You don't call it a man band for a reason.
That is correct. Yeah, they don't have a lot of man cards floating around boy bands.
They actually don't have any.
Although there's got to be some exceptions to that, and we'll have to get into that in a discussion, not on the podcast, because quite frankly, it's the association business and not public right now. But we'll revisit that after this podcast, because I do kind of want to get some more input on the boy band / after the boy band. I'll just get right into it, anyways. We know that Justin Timberlake, funny, talented, all-around good kid, was in a boy band, but at the same time, I've seen him do some manly things to kind of justify his previous, it's like I can't hold it against him that he was in a boy band because of stuff that I see is happening right now.
I think it's a transition thing. When he was in the boy band, I don't think he would have ever thought we were going to give him man card status. And now he has grown into a man that is acceptable.
That's like you're saying with the transition thing. Very few people, I should say, come into this world as a man. We all got to go through the steps of being a boy first.
You know what? That's a valid point. I'm glad you brought that up. And I do believe in that 100%. You don't start off as a man. Yeah. So that's a good one. I'm glad you said that. With that being said, and Harry Styles definitely infracting every day that he breathes air, we need to do some praises too, because we got to talk about we got another celebrity to talk about. Oh, and by the way, all you kiddos that are all upset because we're calling out Harry Styles, one day you're gonna see that we was right. Much like the parents before us found out that Ricky Martin was gay, but all the girls seem to chase him. So I mean, we calls it like we sees it. Richard, you want to talk about the other celebrity, because we got high praise coming for another one.
Well, I kind of hate to do this because I feel like we're going to end up trying to plug a lot of his movies and giving him a lot of free press. But one of my favorite actors of all time, really didn't notice him until his commercials came on the TV all the time. Terry Crews is the man.
Agreed. 100%.
I'm not going to argue that fact. I have seen... I'm trying to stay away from plugging his movies, but that's where I know him from, is from the movies. Not necessarily the commercials, although I've seen quite a few, but the movies, everything I've seen him do as an actor...
Well, he's got a TV show on right now. It's great.
Yes. Yes.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
You know, he's a family man too, and you know I appreciate when men can be fathers. And when you're a father to your child, that's high praise, and he really is a good family man. That Terry Crews guy.
He played the president in Idiocracy.
He did do that.
That role for him, I think. Really, I think that capped off and set a firm foundation for the rest of his career. I think he could make nothing but trash movies from today forward, and I would still love him forever.
Even if he did come out with the trash movie, though, we're talking like his everyday life of waking up and just being Terry Crews. I mean, I don't think there's any way you can infract him. I think even if he tried to infract himself, the name Terry Crews wouldn't allow it to go through, not with the association.
I think the average person could be rolled into a ball smaller than this man's freaking bicep. He's crazy huge.
Yeah, the guy's crazy huge. And never misses a chance to take his shirt off and show all that off. High praise to that. I am not that blessed, although I do have wicked strong hands from turning wrenches and stuff in the garage.
If you watch this man's commercials, see a lot of them talking about power and stuff with the Old Spice commercials and everything, and a lot of things blowing up. None of this is staged or set up by the people shooting the commercial. This is all filmed, and he is actually doing all of this with just his raw power as a man.
So the manliness is the commercial, and there's no special effects or nothing. That's it.
None at all. This is what I've heard.
This is just Terry Crews being Terry Crews.
And I firmly believe
that
he's just causing explosions just from being a man.
That's impressive. I really feel like that if Terry Crews wants to hop on the next podcast, Tony, I'd have no problem. Tommy, I'd have no problems cutting you out and putting Terry Crews right in your spot.
Honestly,
that'd be nice. A guest speaker maybe wouldn't be wearing such a stupid hat. That'd be great.
I honestly wouldn't be as upset with being removed for Terry Crews.
Well, yeah, because we'd hate to pull you out, put Terry Crews in, and then put Terry Crews out after he's done guest speaking, and put Harry Styles in, and never let you back into the podcast.
After you'd put Terry Crews in, though, you'd have to officially make him a part of the podcast every week, or the podcast is going to go downhill from there.
Well, we don't
want to peak that early.
That's true. Yeah, we don't want to do that. No.
So maybe I should stay in for a little bit longer. And then we get Terry Crews in here.
2 weeks. I give him 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Well, I'll send a letter out to Terry. Just some feelers out and see what we can find out.
I think we'll do a live tweet right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and call Terry Crews out and let him know that we're talking about him on the Man Cod Association's podcast. And by the way, on the Twitter, if you do want to follow us, you listen to the podcast for whatever reason. I don't know what's wrong with you, but if you do want to follow us, it's at MAN Cod, ManCod, ASSOC is our Twitter handle. And for whatever reason, I don't understand why Twitter hasn't verified our account over here. Like, we should really have the little check mark beside our name. But I feel like if we could get Terry Crews to even... If I tweet this right now, and Terry Crews reads it, instantly verified on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't even think he has to tweet back. Just reading it, I think, would be enough.
All right, there it is. I got it logged in. It is actually just at Terry Crews. And I'm going to say, Terry, thanks for being Terry Crews. I should probably capitalize his name. I think that'd be a little disrespectful if I didn't.
Yeah.
Proper case his name.
Proper grammar over there, probably.
Yeah.
He's probably so manly he actually appreciates and understands proper grammar. Not that you need to do that to be a man. Just saying.
Yeah. Tommy. What is it? What is it that we're looking forward to the next podcast? What do the folks have to listen to? Look forward to.
In the next podcast, hopefully, without any holidays coming up, we'll have more submissions coming through, and we'll be flooding the next podcast with just a bunch of these questions about infractions. We might be coming up with explaining our infraction list that we have on the website. Expanding it, and then kind of we have not gone over that list in the podcast this far. So I think it'd be a good idea to kind of go over that, give some people some heads up. Hey, shouldn't need to be said, but just in case you need a little explaining, here's some of the things that could cause you to lose your man card.
Oh, and I'm glad you mentioned that too, because when it comes to the submissions and people get listed on the website, there's voting that people can do, and it's all over the website about the voting. But the deal is that you can vote once an hour for the next 10 days, and then the voting freezes, and you can't vote no more. So whatever's there is there, and sometimes it works out that there's a non-infraction, but
Yeah. So
it gets mentioned into the podcast, and there we go.
So if you ever commit an infraction and it ends up on the wall, you should try to check it every hour and vote that it's not an infraction to save yourself, and then everyone else needs to clearly put you in your place if it is an infraction.
And you can also now submit pictures with the infraction. So if you have a picture proof and you want to submit that to the Tommy T over there, you can send the picture to him all over your cell phone. No big deal. He'll look in and he'll send it out to us, and we all get to look at it and either make fun of it and eventually infract it, or talk about it on the podcast, and we'll include the same picture into the podcast for people.
Back to what Richard Deck was saying about the voting on the infractions.
Yes.
Even if you are to go on there every hour and choose that non-infraction button, if it is clearly an infraction and you...
Oh, clearly we supersede that, yeah. Yes. I'm just saying.
We do have the final ruling, regardless of that voting system. It does get taken into account, but we have the final say at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to downplay the voting. I want people's votes to go through, and then for them to feel like they're a part of it. And we do talk about how many votes any particular infraction has gotten. So it's not like we you have a voice, but at the same time,
well, I mean,
like,
until we've
like
made our mind up, our mind can't be made up. So that's how it works.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it makes sense that we would naturally have the last call because we're the association. I mean, it's the committee, but voting definitely is kind of can persuade the outcome sometimes.
Oh, I definitely take into account.
Well, look at the
votes over there.
There's been at least one that I can think of that got reversed because it got non-infracted. So hopefully, yeah, we could talk about that. We are, matter of fact, we are going to talk about that list, and we're going to expand on it come the next podcast.
Also, make sure you tune into the next podcast. We might have a special guest coming on. I don't want any spoilers coming up, but we may or may not have a special guest coming on. I do not want to say that it is Terry Crews because I'm not going to make that kind of outlandish promise. But
if it is,
stay heads up.
I mean, if it's Terry Crews, you know you're out, you're gone, you're done.
Oh yes, if you tune into the podcast and my name is not mentioned without the words "is not here" following, then it's Terry Crews. But you got me wondering about this special guest. I mean, I don't even know about it. We'll talk about it later, Tony.
Off air. We're gonna go off air and we're gonna talk about it.
We don't want to ruin the surprise for the listeners out there.
Yeah, most definitely. I don't want to ruin nothing.
I got my fingers crossed over here that it's Terry Crews.
Honestly, me too.
I mean, I'd be all right with Terry Crews. I mean, I'm not gonna drool over the man. I mean, even though he's everything any man ever wants to be. He's at the same time he's human. He's human, so I'm not gonna freak out about it and become all boyish. He's a guy. Bottom line, he's got to sit down to poop, and we all do. So unless you're Harry Styles, and then maybe you have somebody liquid date your poop, and I don't know what them boy band people do, but that's just me guessing. I don't know.
I want to do a quick shout out to
yes, sir.
The guy that is in the commercial for the product, the Squatty Potty.
If you have not seen this YouTube video, people, this is priceless.
What that guy does, keeping his cool through that whole thing, is worthy of mention on the MCA Podcast. That's all I'm going to say. I'm done with it.
I want people to go to the YouTube and just type in Squatty Potty and watch this ad. You'll be more of a man for it. And you women really don't much have to say.
Can we put that up on the Twitter or something later? Maybe the Facebook link to it or something? I don't know how to computer.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, we should throw that up there for everyone to see.
Yeah, we could link that on the Facebook. No problem. Trying to think. I don't think we really have much else to cover. We could. You know what? We do have something to cover. Tommy T, you and I talked about something. This is your opportunity to do it right now, or forever hold your peace.
Is he going to finally apologize for the hat?
I don't think it has anything to do with the hat. Tommy T, it's all. We talked about it, so this is your chance. Go.
If we're talking about a certain animal from earlier, is that what we were talking about?
We did not cover any animals unless you're talking about the alligator. I'm talking about and the alligators, that's going to be a different podcast. I don't want to talk about that right now. I'm talking about what you and I talked about, and you were going to, I said you could target somebody. You're going to have one chance, and then if it was good, then I would back you, but if not, I'm going to come right back at you. I'm going to start bashing you.
I'll hold off on that.
Oh, you're gonna? Don't you dare hold out!
I'm gonna hold off.
Don't you dare hold out!
I don't even know what you guys are talking about. Someone's gonna tell me, and someone's gonna tell me right now.
Here's the deal. I did all this time. I spent the last what? Let's
keep it rolling. Tell me what's going on.
You people, listen. I've already. they go back and I spent like the last 2.5, almost 3 minutes building this up, and he wants to pull out like that. Oh my, Here's the deal. I'll just go on and tell you. You know how we're always ganging up on Tommy T over there because he's kind of slow-witted and everything. He's not
the hat mostly.
Yeah. I told him today. I said, listen, Tommy. We're not gonna tell Richard, but I'm gonna give you one free shot at him. And if whatever you have to say to Richard is good, then I'll back you up and I'll take shots at him.
You were gonna back his play when he's wearing that hat.
I had no choice in the matter. I feel sorry for the kid over here.
Yeah,
kid, he's a man. Excuse me. I felt sorry for the man over here. Because the deal is, we're always bashing him, and I feel good about that. I love it. I go to sleep, and it makes me happy. But then he sits over there, and, naturally, you got to feel for the guy. He's got to have some sort of a...
Yeah, it keeps him up at night. I can tell.
Yeah, he's sucking his little pacifier and stuff.
Yeah.
Here's the real deal on why I did not want to. You put me on the spot, Tony, and as you said, I am slow-witted. So as you said that, and my brain's going, trying to get something.
Yeah, apparently because you wanted to talk about an animal. I had no idea. We had an encounter with an alligator where we manhandled it barehanded, but that's neither here nor there. That's being a man.
Yeah, I thought you would bring that up. That's why I was confused. I was like, why would we talk about that? That's just every day.
Yeah. So which is why I'm kind of confused as to why you're confused because
one free shot and he doesn't even take it.
No, he can't do it.
Free shot, and he just says, no dice, I'm out.
Right.
It's got to be the hat.
It's the hat.
It's got to be the hat.
You realize we're recording, you're making all that racket on the...
Yes, I can.
Yeah, that was the loudest hat removal in the world.
People, you can't see it because we're not the video type of people. You just don't put our faces on video, but he just ripped his hat off aggressively. And it didn't do anything to improve his image.
I think he could probably get a Guinness World Record for loudest hat removal.
Yeah. Over a podcast.
Absolutely.
Well, I think I have covered, and I said this last time because I hate closing out, and then when y'all say something, I feel like there's more to say, but I think I have covered everything that I want to say. So, if y'all don't have anything, we can start wrapping up this podcast for these people. I mean, the floor is yours, Tommy. I could actually see you over there. I see the gears turning. But I don't know.
I really feel like he needs to go ahead and just take a jab.
There's just no jab to take right now.
There's always a jab. You can always jab.
A jab, son. I'm not saying you're going to knock him out, but you can at least jab him.
This is what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid if we end the podcast right now, as soon as you press the button, he's going to be like, oh, I had it, and he's going to say something, and it's going to be a real zinger, and then no one's going to hear it. And then next week, I'm going to be like, that never happened.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right now, it's a free shot, but I'm not going to let him bring it up, 2 weeks from now and put it in another podcast.
I think you're giving me too much credit to even think that once this is over, I'm going to have something.
Yeah. I feel like my 9-year-old could come in here and, take a shot over at Richard. No problems. And if he didn't, he'd answer for it. And I feel like as soon as I click stop on this recording, you're going to answer for it.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't want to get too aggressive over the podcast.
This is Richard Deck. I'm signing off. No free shot, no problem. You guys have a good night.
This is Tommy T signing off. And hopefully next time I'll have something to come up with, free shot and not.
Yeah, and this is Tony Patino, and I'm going to close out this podcast. If you're not doing nothing manly, you need to figure out what's wrong with your life.